going well.
Doug, Mike said yesterday that,
Which Mike?
Caldwell.
Okay.
My bad.
Coy.
There's a few of them.
Caldwell.
Good point.
Yeah.
No, he said yesterday that, with Trayvon and Devin, like, they're rookies, but after playing so much in 5 games, that the rookie label kind of goes away, and they're just going. Is that kind of how you view it?
Yes. Yes. It does. It does go away because they have played now, But I still think they're learning, the game, and I think one thing that Trayvon will understand more and more is if teams start to game plan for him, right? And now he has to really pay attention to that, and obviously he can help other guys on the line there, but those are all things now as he gets more play time, and as the game progresses, how are they attacking him? And that's the next phase, I think, for both those guys.
How does Trayvon sort of look in your opinion? Obviously he might not get the sacks right now, but he's causing offensive linemen to actually pay attention to him. So how has he sort of helped out the rest of the defense?
Well, I mean, it's all complementary football, and I think in Trayvon's case with his size and athleticism, and he's a guy that can be a dominant edge setter, over there, and in the run game he can be physical in the run game, and you've seen him, his athleticism as he drops into coverage. So, and then of course everybody kind of, if they do their jobs and their assignments, they can play and feed off of one another, and it just helps the entire defense when 1, 2, 3, or all of them are playing good.
When you guys were trying to figure out who to bring in here in free agency, what were some of the things that you liked about Christian Kirk and the way he does stuff on the field, and how much research did you do into him, personally after that?
Yeah, no, I mean, obviously we did a lot of research when he was coming out of college. First it kind of starts there. You do a lot of film study. His play in Arizona and the things he had done there, but quite honestly, one of the biggest things that I was looking for, just me personally, is just high character guys. Guys that were going to fit and kind of help change the culture here in Jacksonville, and he was one of those guys. And I think to all the offensive coaches, I can probably go and speak for all of them. He was our number one target. That we wanted to get in free agency, and we were able to get him. And and then when you get him here and you just see exactly who he is and what he's about and how he works and how he spends time doing little things and extra things, and how he studies the game, it just I guess it's just confirmation that our efforts looking at him have paid off in that in that regard.
How have you seen Luke Fortner grow into his role over the course of the season?
Things are slowing down, which are good. Mentally, I think early in the season, the first couple games, things can be a little fast. It's different than preseason, right? And again, he's another one that I think as he gains more experience, he's going to understand how defenses are trying to, defend him, and how they can utilize pick stunts and, disguise coverage or blitzes. And so he's now taking his game to the next level, as far as understanding all of that. He's a smart kid. Everything kind of starts with him, but things have, begun to slow down which allows him to play faster.
And how important is the continuity of that interior of the offensive line? Tyler Shatley got a lot of reps during preseason with that group, so it's not exactly just rebuilding the relationship from scratch. They have some of that already.
Yeah, and that's the nice thing about having the off season, having training camp, where you really don't have 5 guys yet, and you're working different combinations, because times like this is when it pays off, right? And again, Shatley's a veteran guy, and he's played a ton of games, and it's going to be a great opportunity for him. I'm excited to watch him play. Obviously, going against those 2 guys, interior guys there for the Colts is a challenge, but I know he's up for it. But he's prepared himself for it.
5 games, too small a sample still to know exactly, even your own personnel, strengths, weaknesses on Sundays. Obviously, you know from the practice field and everything else, but what to expect out of just some of the young players or some of the guys that you're due to be around? Is that a small sample yet?
No, I don't think it's a small sample. I think this is the time of the season where we kind of figure out who we are, and how we want to, who we want to be, sort of that identity. I think now the month of October is that time for all the teams really coming out of preseason and kind of finding their way for the first month. But even for us, just understanding some of our younger players, some of the draft picks, how they're fitting in offensively and defensively. This is now, I think there's enough of a sample size there to really start to figure out all of that.
Has Brandon Sheriff been everything you've expected and maybe a little bit more?
Yes.
Just what have you seen from him in terms of that, and how much has he helped Luke out in that regard?
He's just the ultimate pro, in my opinion. This guy never takes a play off. He wants to, even when we take him out in practice for a rest here and there, he doesn't want to come out. Great communication, with Luke, and it's just what you got to have those type of guys, especially in the offensive line, those veteran guys like that his style, his caliber of play, the success that he's had, on the football field, and the accolades that have come with that, just a great asset to have in the O-line room.
Chris Manhertz isn't the flashy catch a bunch of passes kind of tight end, but how important is he for what you want to do in the running game?
He's been great for us in the run game. He's been one of the guys that I've really enjoyed working with. Each week we still try to figure out a way to throw him the ball, if we can. I mean, he doesn't. I know he sacrifices a lot to block, and he does a great job of that. But I know he wants to catch passes too, and caught one last week and a couple, and just got to keep him going, And he's been a valuable piece to the offense, to the run game, and just been a bright kind of joy for us to work with.
We've got a pair of running backs like James Robinson and Travis Etienne, whose playing styles kind of vastly different. How much flexibility does that give you?
It gives you a little bit. It gives you, well, I should say quite a bit. Two different styles, two guys that I think both of them want to be on the field, and they're competitors, but they're teammates at the same time, and they just want to win and be a part of the offense in any capacity. Both have done an outstanding job in the run game. Pass protection has been good. It's improved each week, and the challenge is getting them the football.
Okay, thank you.